We're good to go. Okay, welcome everybody tonight to our August workshop meeting, August 1st. Here we go. So with us tonight, we have Councilman Bedetti, Councilwoman Lincoln. We have Councilman Moreau, Councilwoman Santiago. We also have our town clerk here tonight. We have our highway superintendent, Anthony Feo. The town clerk is Kelly Allegra. We have our town attorney, Dave Zagon. Special guest, we have our IT department head, John McDonald, and on the computer tonight is Patrick Mangan, and I am George Myers. So the first item on the agenda is this IT outside contracts that we talked about 3 or 4 times. There's been some paperwork distributed to everybody, and I guess to me, it comes down to this, that either the price per hour to the municipalities that we do the work for increases from 100 to 135, or we get out of the business of providing this service to municipalities, and we have to give them some type of notice, some leeway. So there's been some discussion among the board members, and before we kind of put it to like a straw vote, we kind of ask if John McDonald, head of IT, would like to say anything. John, would you like to say anything?
The only thing I can say is that for the first 7 months of this year, January 1st to July 31st, we brought in $102,975 that is labor revenue, which basically pays for in full to employees in the IT department as of so.
Okay.
Can we ask questions?
Yeah, hold on. The other issue is that we have 3 people in our IT department now. And if we were to go forward, we need another one. We had a 4th person who recently resigned for another job and left. So yes, now at this point, E. Blinken, you want to ask a question or make a statement?
Oh, yes, I just want to clarify. So the 102,000 revenue, that's subtracting all employee salary, like cost, equipment, everything, right?
No, that's the money we billed out to the municipalities. That's what we brought in.
Okay,
What I did is I took off the town of Windsor, which was about $61,000, because that's actually just kind of, it's not doing anything. So the actual is 102,975 is actual revenue we got from this virus. There was another sheet that went around from Doreen, the annual cost information technology labor. That's the actual cost of each employee in the department.
okay.
You go leave? Okay.
I might have another one.
Yeah, no, just the comptroller, it says here that Doreen thinks 135 per hour. If we're doing 100 now, or where are we breaking even? We losing money? Where
I
are we
think
at?
this is the break-even point, 135.
135 is a break even. So if we're doing 100 now, we're losing money then, I guess would be the fair.
Well, there's some dispute about that.
Okay.
But Doreen thinks from all of the things that she has looked at in all of the buildings, she thinks it should be 135. So the 2 issues is, 1, are we losing money? And 2, are we losing help around here? That's the 2 issues that I see. I personally think that it's a burden on us to do this because, we do have to fly out to help other people when they have issues. We can't just leave them hanging. And sometimes we have our own issues, and sometimes there are occasions when there's only one person here. And sometimes it's a couple of issues. So it really comes down to those things. The money, this is Doreen, she's our controller. I would put a lot of stock on what she's saying. She's saying that she thinks it should be $135. Is that a break even? Are we making a little money? I don't know, but I just remind everybody, we are not in the business to make money, right? We're in business to provide a service, and the service is to people in the wind. And we have provided the service to how many? 11, 18? 18 other
So
municipalities.
if we're doing 100 now, and I guess with the new math, we're losing money, and we hire somebody else, we're gonna be more in a hole.
Well, you have to pay that person, I think, what was he making, 60, 65? Just salary?
His salary was just 62.
62 plus 33 in benefits, so you're probably talking close to
I
100.
guess that wouldn't be in the best interest of
What's,
taxpayers.
What's the average amount of hours we're billing out to other towns per week? Because with 3 employees, we're working 120 hours a week. So how many
Well-
hours are we?
Most of the hours that are being used are for the town of Windsor. So if you take all 3 people and they're working 120 hours a week, most of the amount of time is for the town of Windsor. So on average, we're probably doing I don't know, 20, somewhere between 20 and 40 hours.
20 to 40 hours
We
total to other,
Other municipalities. Most of the stuff
Right.
is, we got 3 people available to us
right.
now.
Yeah, so 20 to 40 sounds low to me if we're trying to make some, benefit us in terms of making a profit. Is there any way we could bill more and still be able to cover the town's needs, or no, not without a fourth?
I'm not sure where the profit comes in, because somebody needs, what is my department's authorized strength? The
Mhm.
police department has an authorized strength. What's my authorized strength? My authorized strength is 2 people. So no matter what, if we do away with intermunicipals, my authorized strength is 2 people. We're paying 100% of that, the cost of the salary. Right now, we have 3 people and we brought in 100 and some $1,000. So we've offset those salaries of people that are also available to us. So I'm not really sure what you're looking for, what's a profit and what isn't a profit,
Mhm.
because you need to first define what my authorized strength is for my department. And then we can work from that point forward. So no matter what, if we don't do it, how many people we're gonna have in the information technology office?
So are we able to cover the town's needs with just 2 full-time people? Or do you need like 2.5 or 3,
I need 3 to cover just the town,
just the town?
because the cameras, the keyless entry system and some of the other projects have taken way on a whole different life. And it's probably solely dedicated to one employee to deal with a lot of that stuff.
Right.
And social media is, has gone off, so there's a lot more stuff than actually the core IT stuff that we used to do.
Okay, so I'd say that we do have 3 people, including John, and we do other work, but there's really no specials here in town. Now, I do move people around from different places, even though, that's not my job. Yeah, it is today. So to kind of keep the costs down, we do that on a daily basis. So that being said, Sylvia, do you have anything you want to say? Add
No,
to this?
not at the
Stephen?
moment, no.
Mike, the question I have is, what do most towns of the 18 run on? Like, how many employees do they have, like, in an average? Do they have one person that's an IT person? Do they have none?
No,
So the confusing part for me is that we're using at least 2 people to do our IT. You know what I mean? Doesn't it sort of feel like it's off balance? Like,
Yeah, well, my gut tells me that we should be billing more hours than to other towns, especially if they don't have anybody.
right,
But
like, so,
we
yeah,
don't
right.
want to
So
take
how
away
do
from
we,
our
are we just
needs.
bigger? Is that what it is? We have more that we're offering to our town, like you guys offer to our town?
we're 1,000 times more than what other towns are offering.
So your staff does way more
Yes,
than just IT, I guess is the point.
yes.
That's all I was wondering. I was just wondering what another town would look like compared to, like, if someone did our IT, would we have no one in our IT department? Doesn't seem like you could.
Well, I mean, if we have 2 people and one person's on vacation, you're down to 1 person just for us. And there's money being left on the table because I got the towns that need network upgrades and server upgrades. So that's something I can assign somebody to and get more billable hours.
Right, I was just gonna ask, is there other work we could be,
Yes.
we
but
just
we're
don't have,
not doing it
the
because we don't
manpower.
have manpower.
okay. And, sorry.
Didn't we weren't we talking about a minimum amount to be in with us? Like, didn't we say that at one point?
No, some of these towns are small that we go to. I mean,
Like,
that we talk
remember,
about.
did we say that?
Someone has suggested,
Like 10 grand or
I
something?
wasn't here.
someone has suggested
Oh,
maybe a
no,
buy-in, but I
You're talking
think,
about a buy-in.
Yeah.
right. But
Yeah.
I think in my opinion, is raising the hourly rate would be, sort of a first try rather than doing that buy-in concept. That's just me, but I don't know.
What do you want?
No, I just say, even if we hire a 4th person, at the end of the day, if we do this and we charge them and we break even, when these people move on and retire, these other towns aren't footing the bill for medical benefits and retirement and a lot of other stuff. So I think it's, for me, let's care about New Windsor. I mean, we got our people to take care of New Windsor, let's take care of them. Obviously, I think at one time we talked about getting these people off the hook at some time, giving them time, don't cut their throats now.
No, yeah, we
should-
would cut them right. So listen, we have talked about this for months and months. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it on the September agenda. And it will be very simple. Do we continue with this or we discontinue with it? So that gives everybody another month or so to kind of gather whatever data you think you need to gather. And then we'll take a vote. And if it's that we're not gonna continue, then we'll ask John to send letters out that they will have to find someone else by the end of the year, or we will continue with this and probably look to see what we have to do to expand the department. So we talked about it enough. Everybody's had enough time to talk to anybody. John's available. He's done a lot of work about this, defending it. Doreen's available. I mean, just wouldn't tie her up too much because we're in the budget system. But I'm gonna put it on and we'll see where we go. But I think we've talked about enough. And I think, listen, Stephen makes a good point, but we all care about that. So that's why we're here, right? And it's nice to help people. We do try to help other municipalities. And you know what? For my money, we probably have the best staff anywhere around. Best ambulance, we do the best policing, we do the best buildings. And so we kind of seem to do it all. Todd is recognized as the probably premier guy and assessors in the whole town, county. So, you know, our highway department is second to none. You know, we're picking up everything that you can possibly think of. We're picking up, you know, we don't get any complaints many complaints at all about our employees here. So I think, yeah, by far we are the best, and that's why people probably lean on us a little bit. And we're doing other things, there's no question about it. So it'll be on the September agenda. You'll vote yes, you'll vote no, and then we'll move from there. All right, the next item on the agenda, just to remind everybody, we have the sewer assessment road public hearing tomorrow that Todd Wiley will handle. He'll be there. And this just has to do with the point system that we've had established many, many years ago, which is how the sewer is paid, sewer usage. I sent everybody a copy of Chief Doss's memo regarding illegal ATVs and dirt bike operations, and he had included some things from another municipality or two. And I think the bottom line is that he would like to put a little more teeth into this, get a local law to do this, and Dave's been involved in this. So does anybody know? They have a very serious problem in the city of Newburgh. They have people running up and down Broadway. They run up and down 9W. They have come into New Windsor a couple of times, and we have been involved with them. And they don't come one, they come 3, 4, 5. And New York City is completely overwhelmed with them. They're all over the place. And it makes it very difficult on the police to actually challenge the police down in New York and in Newburgh. Here. Yeah, and there has been an occasion here where we've had some issues. So I think that we'd like to put some teeth into this. And I think I'll ask Dave Zagon maybe get together with the chief and let's write something that these folks can look at. And then we'll let's get ahead of the curve. I think he's right. And we have had some instances and they can turn very dangerous. If you have 1 or 2 police officers, have 6 or 7 of these people, they get very aggressive. They're breaking the law, and we try to kind of keep things very quiet here in New Windsor, and the police chief and his staff do a very good job with that. The next item on the agenda is this tax override that comes up every year. It's something that we have to do that just gives us the authority to override it. I talked to Doreen. It looks like it's still around 2%. They made no adjustment for the rate of inflation that's going on now. So we'll have to see where we're going. And we're in the early stages of budget preparation, and we'll see where we're going. But I've had some conversation with Doreen. 2% comes out to almost $500,000, so that's what we could go over. So we have had some people leave, and we haven't replaced them. So hopefully that will help us when we put the budget together. But anybody who goes shopping or buys gasoline or does any purchases knows that everything has gone up. We're in the same boat. Everything that we buy when we can find things are more expensive than it was last year. So we are constantly battling that same issue that everybody is right now with the economy the way it is. So we'll have to see what all this does is give us the authority to do it. Doesn't mean that we're doing it, doesn't mean the taxes are going up. It just means that we have the option to do that. Okay, so that's it for the public session. I'm gonna ask everybody who's not on the board, except Anthony, you wanna hang around for a minute? And we're gonna go to executive session.